And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the Hildibrand quest for patch 3.5. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, I want to get this done just because it's one of the few things I've got left in Heavensward to do before Stormblood. And it would be nice to get this completely done, so if they add Hildibrand quests during Stormblood, I can just jump into them straight away, because it is a continuous chain. So, we are here with Sire, or Sir, right next to the Ishgardian Aetheryte. So, let's do it. The quest is called the Proud and Pointy-Eyed. Sir, let's call him Sir, is a man at the end of his tether. It's a man. There was a long time I thought it was a woman. So, given that he's got long hair and he's wearing a dress. So, we need to speak Mithrie. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding the temporal magics since we last spoke, and the results have been rather troubling to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alag is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which Alagans are cast into a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was these texts I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Alagan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if GG's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may be well possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? What would it be filled with? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same every drop returned, or would it be different water? Or would the water once spilt be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered into Hallown's halls cannot return. They cannot, yet GG is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect the Archmagus Khan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian texts in the archives, Archmagus Khan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Alagan magics. Further evidence that GG's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus's former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade GG to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Why not? Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic. I beg your pardon. Are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Sir, or Sire. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation. Aha, so you admit your crimes. That you did secretly without permission in blatantly contravention of our rules, read forbidden tomes. Then by virtue of authority vested in me by the supreme sacred tribunal of Halconic Inquisitory doctrine. This guy's an idiot. You stupid, ignorant. Yes, he is. Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it. We're better than that. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Bye. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I will still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before the stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let's depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. Mithrie's outfit is awesome, though it might not be weather appropriate for Heavensward because of the cold, but it will be great for Stormblood when we're walking around in a lot of like hot desert-like areas. Okay, so let's go to Idleshire, to right here, where GG and so on painted on the wall. I do enjoy these stories. I just wish they were funnier. Like the Hildibrand quests in A Realm Reborn were hilarious. Like I was laughing so much. I do miss that. So I hope if they do Hildibrand quests in Stormblood, that they're a lot funnier. Okay, here is Sire. Go. So let me know in the comments down below how you would pronounce his name. Is it Sire or Sir or what? So it would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade Jingleshire for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and back take Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that, he's got no obligation to a bloody mama, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second, and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try and find him and offer hand lending? I am rather more concerned about what will happen if Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Hersvalga's brood. But first things first, I suppose, Mithrie. Would you be so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmagus Khan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Cool. So, could it be the scrawny little shites finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspectors probably went there first to ask about the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Cool. So let's go now to Tailfeather. Go and go. Yeah, so that's what we painted on the wall last time with Gigi and Hildibrand. Cool. Right. So just east of Tailfeather. Alright. So here is Nashu. So, right then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector from the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Cool. Right, so let's question Hunters of Tailfeather. Let's do it. So this one first. Alright. So, the Ishgardians with the Mammoth, they were here, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know if the naive fools were serious. Okay, nice. Carrying on. So, oh, those staff swords, they were for Annex Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident. That much I recall. Okay, last but not least. Okay, this guy. So, 3 Dragon Slayers and a Mammoth, eh? I'd call you a murmur if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Interesting. So let's talk to Nashu. They've obviously gone to Annex Trine, so... Okay, let's see what she learned. What's wrong? So, oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. I like she's Hildibrand's mum and she looks younger than Hildibrand. But she's all got her frying pan on her hip. So refer to the previous videos to see when she actually uses it. It's hilarious. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go. Okay, cool. So let's carry on. So we need to go. We could just teleport to Annex Trine. Just save ourselves the flight. Go. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. In case you're wondering what mount I'm using, this is a Chiron mount, which you get as a reward if you finish all of the... collecting all of the ponies from A Realm Reborn. From all of the extreme primal fights. Cool, where is he? Okay, here's Orland. So the poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Ormland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Lol. So, would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. So, that may be, but where did the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Only in the Hildibrand quest do you see people buried, like, head first into the ground. Oh, and silly of me, I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, Mithrie? Yeah, totally. Let's do it. Oh, that's Hildibrand. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask. What makes him look just like the Inspector. Just like the man of 1,000 faces back in Aldar. No, that's Hildibrand, alright. There's no fooling a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Is that Geralt? He's actually wearing clothes this time. So why hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Sire. How do you two end up travelling together? So, blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately, Lord Godber chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmagus Khan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Is that when we first saw Hildibrand at the beginning of Realm Reborn? Well, I must confess, no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful of your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This would have happened had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hells are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, it would seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. I mean, they can see your face. Wait, do you mean that they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? What was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy. According to Archmagus Khan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his Aether will be expended, and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news. We must catch up with the Grand Sirs at once. Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mist, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Nidhogg's dead, though. Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Resvalga. Resvalga, Fury take me. What could they possibly hope to achieve? Cool. So that's the first quest done. I think there's only 2 quests in patch 3.5. Cool. So now, let us talk again to Hildibrand. So the quest is called If I Could Turn Back Time, for which we'll get the GG minion, also known as VV, but his secret is safe with you, wink. Use item to acquire GG minion. VV obviously being one of the main characters from Final Fantasy IX. So Hildibrand wishes to entreat your aid in a matter of grave import. So I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry and Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sirs' machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosive extraordinaire, do hereby present you this fresh change of clothing. Capital. I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Bye. So let's go to Zenith. We can teleport straight there. Taking the quick route because we're lazy. And we can afford to teleport. I do wonder, like, how much I've spent on teleporting since the game came out. Okay, here's Hildibrand. So, make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. It would seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I am no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Ah. Oh, my dearest Mummy, Mother dearest, I would not impose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate Mithrie stands ready to minister to my muscles. God, again. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let let Mithrie handle it. I can personally testify to the healing talents of her strong yet tender fingers. God. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Mithrie. Is he going to get into his flipping underwear again? Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend. Coat my body in oil as you have done many times in the past. Ugh. Sorry, what did that say? So, why do you hesitate? Have you not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman. So, cool. Let us do it. Salamander oil. It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Lol. So, oh, how it soothes and my aches and pains. Quickly now. Knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. Oh, yeah. Ah, the rel. Gah, such furious kneeling. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urge you to excessive force. Ha. Nay, you were in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. What am I reading? So hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred into greater feats of Mandavillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of Salamander, the ancient legacy of House Manderville, Salamanderville. To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville? Could it be all the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so. By its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer to justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Mithrie. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Mandeville man he was meant to be. For goodness sake. I am ready for my final oiling, Mithrie. That's great. I'm going to give him a happy ending as well. So, Salamanderville, the best of for a Mandeville man, to rise to the top as the cream only can. So, for the lack of a logical plan, massage the Mandeville man. Oh, for goodness sake. So, ooh, these Salamanderville, how it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all of your might. Yeah. So, yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising. Rising. Lol. And massage him again. Oh, dear God. So, such passion, such fervor. I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. And again. Get it right in between the butt cheeks. Do it. So, I am a Mandeville man. The Salamanderville is... My word, I have never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Mithrie, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. Onward to Zenith. No matter the laws of nature, they prevent or the limits they break. The Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. Cool. Epic. Nod, 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 and nod. Why do I get a feeling Hildibrand's going to get knocked out after the first 0.5 seconds? Yeah. Mithrie is the most badass of them all. Here they are. I'm sure Hildibrand's dad could whoop their ass with his hammer. Oh, that's Vivi. Or Gigi. Gigi's become evil as well, apparently. So, Grand Sirs, I've come for my son. Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There is no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we have consumed his eyes, and will use our new powers to win untold glory in the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it, over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. Whoa. You can do it, Hildibrand. Motion sickness alert. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, Hildibrand is a zombie. He can't die. Maybe they forgot that. Lol. It's a good thing we just covered him in, like, Salamanderville oil. Okay. Lol. It's right back where we started. Have faith, my love. He is our son. So, Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo. Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi. I remember everything. My power, my purpose, my grandpapa Khan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back. I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Khan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporal form and breathe life into his soul. What made him your grandpapa is forever beyond your reach. That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be, even Grandpapa Khan, even you, Papa Hildy. So please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die. Interesting. It looks no different. Lol. This is his prime. I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. Yeah. That's how he likes them, though. As they should be, Gigi, for my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way yourself believed they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector, because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Sir, and it is for the selfsame reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Khan younger. In your heart you knew that there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then, what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were stories they told, wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talked about, when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Ajmagus Khan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him of anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world, no longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger, more powerful, and more resilient than anything Ajmagus Khan had ever dared dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was you to set you free. Free? Free to do what? Watch Mithrie on YouTube, obviously. So, whatever you like, Gigi, don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life, a new story all your own. This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you're so perfectly positioned... Okay. Whoa. Yeah, just stand and look at it. Don't try and dodge or anything. Is it gonna... I feel like it's gonna land on them. LOL. Hell yeah. Nice. So, I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Khan, and Gigi, son of Hildibrand. Elador Maximil, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even read that, damn it! Assume he said something amazing. Is there gonna be a sad ending? Mithrie looks badass. She really does. Lol. They're old again. He lost his clothes again. He always loses his clothes. Okay. Those graphics, so... Yeah, gotta love squats. God, look at his muscles. So it's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for all of us. He made all of us as we once were, as we were meant to be. Oh dear. After all the gallivanting about, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Ha! Such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. Okay. So, what rot? Act your rage, you daft sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance to relive our glory days. It was all rather silly though, wasn't it? Maybe Khan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now I am old. I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Dors. Or Doris. You are a blind, bloody fool, Gonspard. Why is Hildibrand's mom a demon? I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector. Along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grand Sirs are also in our custody. That smile. Ha! That's my boy. Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi, he embarked on a grand new adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. I'm not crying. Shut up. You're crying. I can breathe. If that's what he wanted, then I cannot be happier for him. I am sure... Just fuck it. Breathe. I'm sure Ashmargus Khan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide world beckons to us with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day we shall meet young Gigi again. So I have to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right to Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the inferior nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. She's gonna get, like, whacked with a flippin' pan. Yeah, you see, she's becoming evil again. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There you go. Gracefully, was it? Doesn't have to talk to women, does he? I fear we may have a failure of communication. There we go. Doink. Nice. So, there he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector. Wait. I'm like crying and laughing at the same time. Lol. So, what is that curious light I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again. So is he now flying to Stormblood? I just had memories of Final Fantasy IX. It's very sad. We're going to just leave Vivi alone. So, I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead. That's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. Do you like how a frying pan is like 5 times the size? He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all his aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient aether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for those 3, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh yes, it was my duty. After everything, I said that young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in jail and throw away the key, they don't kill me outright. So go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? So that doesn't sound all too bad, actually. Full glad I am to accept your offer. I have a feeling we're going to see a frying pan again. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down. 'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. God, I'd hate to think what they're like in the bedroom. That smile. Cool. Let's talk to him. So I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the Grand Sirs to Lord Godber, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend, until we meet again. I'm still sad. So let's go to Idleshire. I always get sad when the hero dies. For obvious reasons. Let's go. Ah. Him. So, looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I looked into this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't have met you and the Inspector and Gigi, I would never have realized how much I've come to hate my job, nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth, the whole truth. One might say that getting labelled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I am free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. So, but enough of that. There is someone I would like you to meet. Oh, it's adorable. So Lord Godbird made some modifications, as you can see. His smallest size shall allow him to absorb Aether more effectively over time. We thought that if we were to travel with you and share your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his awakening. So thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. Cool, so that's complete. Oh, wow. So they're actually doing a credits for the Hildibrand quests in Heavensward. I can't read this text. It's very difficult for me. So, of course, if we ask Square Enix nice enough, then hopefully they'll also bring the Hildibrand quest back into Stormblood as well. I want to see more Hildibrand quests. And I hope they will be more funny. More comedy, less tears. That's GG. I can't read any of this text. Lol. You see, even the mobs are waving at us. Hildibrand will return? Yes, please. Cool. Right, so we got the achievement. That is what you are. Let's see if it comes with a title. Let's take a look. Sorry, latest. GG's best friend. Wow. So let's equip that title. Let's see. Let's order it by name again because, like I said, in so many videos now, I've got way too many titles. There you go, GG's best friend, Mithrie Menethil. Got 137 titles now. And we also have the minion, so let's use it. That's GG. Let's take a look at the GG minion. Who knows which tab it's going to be in. GG, where are you? I don't know if there's any order to this. Like to be able to... here it is. Here's GG. So, the secret of the lost art of temporal magics is believed to be buried deep within this ancient automation creation by the legendary Charlian Archmagus Khan. Vitality levels are dangerously low due to a power drainage necessary to save the lives of his companions. That's so sad. Yeah. Crashing into the video. So, hello. And here is GG. So let's try Beckon. Let's see if he'll like sit on our shoulder or something. When he comes down on our shoulder? No, maybe not. Okay, so no, he's just so cute and adorable. So let's just sit. Let's just take a better look at him. So yeah, there's GG. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me. And goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.